Hello, my name is Ryan, and today I want to tell you a story about a young man named Austin. Austin is 22 years old, just graduated high school, and right now is deciding not to attend college at this time. He decided to pick up a part time job over summer at a local grocery store where he will be a cashier. At his job, his hiring manager told him the essential skills he may need to succeed. Of those skills were friendliness, likability, and the ability to multitask. While these skills are broad, his hiring manager said that this will make him more marketable in the future. Austin was confused by this phrase because he's never heard of it before. Let's go ahead and explain this really quick. Marketing, as according to American Marketing Association, is the activity, set of institutions, and processes for creating, communicating, and delivering and exchanging offerings that have value for customers, clients, partners, and society at large. In other words, marketing is essentially the process of sharing information externally that gives individuals the potential of improvement through knowledge. So, how can this help Austin? Well, having a solid understanding of what marketing is and how it is intertwined within a service business can set you apart from your peers. Having a solid understanding of marketing will show Austin how marketing can be applied to his own life and how he can better understand how his actions affect his employer's business more than he may know. Let's take a little detour into the concept of marketing so that we can have a better understanding of what it is and how it can apply to business. Marketing requires a strategy so that a business may maximize their potential for profits. A marketing strategy involves the use of segmentation, targeting, and positioning. We will call this STP. We must explain each of these concepts to fully understand what a marketing strategy entails and how it can enhance a business. Starting off, market segmentation groups prospective buyers into groups that have common needs and will respond similarly to marketing actions. In other words, it is the process of linking needs to actions. Marketers need to be able to identify differences of preferences among individuals so that they can make better decisions and use of their time without wasting too much of it. It's like if Austin were trying to please both of his parents with the same action. If Austin's mother enjoys it when he is independent and his father enjoys it when Austin spends time with him, then they would require different actions to fill their needs. Austin would have to take out the trash for his mother but watch the football game with his father. This is exactly what marketers need to be able to identify how individuals have different perspectives of value and what it takes to fill those needs. While most markets can be segmented today, a marketer chooses to segment the market when there are many individuals with different preferences and tastes that could benefit from an efficiently targeted marketing direction. The variables that can be used to segment markets are geographic, demographic, psychographic, and behavioral segmentation. While these variables contain many individual traits, it's best to know that consumers can be segmented down to individuals, but it's best to find a large enough market that one marketing plan may satisfy the entire group. The next concept of STP is targeting. Targeting is the action of identifying one or more specific groups of potential consumers toward which an organization directs its marketing program. Targeting strategies can be influenced by market size, expected growth, competitive position, cost of reaching the segment, and compatibility with the organization's objectives and resources. Marketers choose their target market based on a mix of factors. After a marketer segments the markets, they may choose who to target. They may choose a group located in the South because they experience typically warmer weather, and this aligns with their clothing collection. It can also be the case that there was a target market consisting of individuals who have all bought a certain brand before, which could then incite action from the marketer to target them with the same or similar offering. From our previous example with Austin may have to choose between doing chores or watching the game with his father, which could determine which segment he is targeting. The last concept of STP is positioning. Positioning refers to how a product or service is occupied in a consumer's mind, based on important attributes relative to competitive products and services. Positioning is an essential process during segmentation and targeting because it completes the process. After a segmented market has been identified and targeted, a firm must then decide how they want to be seen to the eyes of the consumer. Do they want to be the superior service or the budget friendly service? There are many psychological considerations when considering the positioning you would like to take. For example, if Austin decided to do the chores for his mother, would he want to be efficient and effective or lazy and uncaring? One would drastically impress his mother while the other may cause disappointment and the potential not to do chores later due to a poor job. Both may be a good idea to Austin for many reasons, but he may only position for one, which creates a trade off. So, as you can see, STP, or segmenting, targeting, and positioning, has much potential if done right. The local grocery store that Austin works at may want to consider the various elements that may have an effect on STP. Given that, this is where we introduce the idea of the 7 P's of the marketing mix. These are essential variables that marketers have control over, which can be identified in their segmenting, targeting, and positioning. Most importantly, though, the 7 P's can be used to position the brand. These 7 P's of the marketing mix are price, promotion, physical evidence, people, product, process, and place. The 7 P's of the marketing mix are complex at first, but become simple after you realize these variables are right in front of your eyes. We just can't see what we don't know. The first element of the marketing mix that we will discuss is the product. A product is a good, service, or idea to satisfy the consumer's needs. Marketers can use product decisions to make their offerings more appealing to their target market in many ways. This can be a change in product size, quantity included, and packaging. Products can often be found within a service business like the grocery store that Austin works at. In Austin's case, his employer may decide to create a hefty discount for individuals who decide to buy in bulk, since we often buy more than we need to. Austin plays an essential role of the product marketing mix. Austin may run into questions at the cashier's desk where individuals are asking questions about products that may make or break the purchase. Austin's competence and confidence could be the reason why the individual finds a positive or negative outcome. Austin must also understand how his grocery store leverages the product mix. Does the grocery store aim to have high quality products at a fair price, or a low quality product at an amazingly cheap price? These are important questions of the product quality mix that could enhance Austin's work performance. The next element of the marketing mix is place. Place is a means of getting the product to the consumers. Place is another essential factor on the impact of the consumer. A marketer can place their product in the most efficient manner respective to their target market. If their target market was millennials who have known to purchase online before, then they will sell their product through shipping online. If they're targeting a market that enjoys feeling the product before they're buying, then they will go to a friendly community store that allows such an environment. In Austin's case, the place refers to the grocery store that he works at. Customers may be able to purchase the product in store, online, or to be picked up at a later time. Understanding this element will give Austin the proper knowledge of informing his customers where they can make their next purchase with his grocery store, which is essential for the business survival. Place also refers to where a customer may find help, which is another important component of service marketing. Customers want to have everything located in one central location, whether that be in one store or on one website. Having knowledge of this will help you better service customers. The next element of the marketing mix is price. Price is what is exchanged for the product. Marketers use price to make their offerings more appealing to their target market in many ways. A target market may find a product or service more valuable if it is priced above the average competitor. If the price was lower, marketers may aim to offer a more budget-friendly product or service at a reasonable quality. In Austin's work at the grocery store, price is an essential piece of how a grocery store operates. Grocery stores must be able to squeeze every inch of profit they can out of each purchase since their profit margins are so slim. By this, I mean that consumers have many options of grocery stores, that these stores have no other choice but to offer a reasonably low price that won't make much money. Grocery stores also operate on the basis of quantity over quality. To solidify this, a grocery store would rather sell 100 tomatoes with 90% perfection rate than 10 tomatoes with a 100% perfection rate. I mention this to say how important it is for marketers to identify their target market correctly and find an optimal price that allows them to maximize the quantity purchased by the consumer. Austin must understand how the grocery store utilizes the price component of the marketing mix because it will help him better communicate their offerings to the customers. Austin can serve the grocery store better if he can inform customers of their current bulk discounts on certain items or which items may be worth buying more of due to popularity. This element is essential to understand because it affects Austin's tone and communication with the consumer. The next element of the marketing mix is promotion. Promotion is a means of communicating between the seller and the buyer. A marketer can use promotion to better display their product or service to their target market. If a target market consists of individuals who respond well to subtle displays, then a marketer may use a less flashy approach to their advertisements. It can also be said that a marketer may avoid certain advertising placements because their target market won't appear there. This is important for Austin to understand because then he may better inform customers of where to find information and offerings on the grocery store's products and services. Austin may also learn that he himself is an important part of promotion. It can be productive for him to inform customers of current offerings and additional discounts during the checkout process. That would positively influence the customer's experience. In the eyes of the service experience, it is hard to tell where your customers draw the line of excellent service, which is why it is necessary to use all of your tricks. The next element of the marketing mix is people. People can be said to be all human actors who play a part in service delivery and thus deliver the buyer's perceptions. Marketers can also use people to make their offerings more appealing to a target market. Marketers can influence the people of the firm to relay the information that is being conveyed across multiple platforms to create consistency. People are also an essential function of the delivery of the product or service because it creates a unique experience that cannot be replicated. Austin finds his most unique role in the marketing mix of people. Austin has the opportunity to provide an experience for the consumer that no one else can offer, literally. His personality, expertise, and direction can be the ultimate reason as to why the customer has a positive or negative experience. You know this personally, you've had interactions with businesses before, and the one conversation with the unpleasant clerk is the boldest memory you have of that business. However, you often forget of the pleasant interactions because you expect that out of people. Use your understanding of why this is the most important piece of the marketing mix. The next element of the marketing mix is process. Process means the procedures, mechanisms, and flow of activities by which the service is delivered and consumed. Marketers can use process decisions to appeal to their target market by many factors. They can decide how long or short the delivery service takes depending on the consumer's desires and perceptions. They can also create a more dramatic and informative process that takes the time to involve the customer more than he or she would be accustomed to. For Austin, almost everything he does is considered a piece of the process in terms of marketing mix, from how he starts his shift to how he bags the groceries, to the words he says while the consumer is leaving. It's best to think of these processes as a hierarchy of goals. The actions of Austin's bagging the items correctly align with the ultimate goal of satisfying the consumer. Austin is a part of the process just as much as the consumer is themselves. They must play a part in the process as their opinion and perspective is at the edge of the cliff. They are hanging on the edge as deciding what to do or say in any given moment when interacting with the grocery store. They can choose to throw the food on the ground in disgust, or they could stay silent and let Austin make a foolish mistake. It's hard to control this aspect of the process because we don't have control of the consumer's personality, which is why we must do our best to perfect our process, not theirs. The last element of the marketing mix is physical evidence. Physical evidence is the environment in which the service is delivered and where the firm and customer interact, as well as any tangible components that facilitate performance or communication of the service. Marketers can use physical evidence to make their offering more appealing by creating an environment that matches the interest of their target market. If their target market values a specific attribute like luxury or class, then their servicescape may be aesthetically pleasing to be within. If their target market has classical interest, then it may be to have an antique-like servicescape then. Austin plays an essential role in physical evidence because his own appearance can said to be physical evidence just as much as his surroundings. Having a proper servicescape will influence what customers may expect from their product or service. It would be puzzling if Austin was promising the best shampoo in the world if it seemed like he hasn't showered in days. These are the 7 P's of the marketing mix, and as you can see, they all play an essential role of how a grocery store or any service business can segment, target, and position themselves within a market. Austin plays a part in each of these variables and therefore plays an essential part in the grocery store's intended position within the market. The grocery wants Austin to align with their positioning so that it is a mutually beneficial relationship. A grocery store can said to be like an apple tree, and an apple tree wants to produce apples because that's what the people want. It would be unsettling if someone were to find an orange growing on an apple tree. It would be as if someone almost placed it there by mistake. Thank you guys for listening.